Hello everyone, Malphite here, and today I want to discuss something very interesting, which is Team BDS has a new roster, and although we had this confirmed for quite some time, I want to quickly go over who are these players that BDS brought into their team. Are there an upgrade? Are there downgrade? Maybe side grade? What can we expect from this team? And did they do well in the offseason? So first let's just quickly look at the actual players. So we have Irrelevant replacing Adam in top lane. We have 113 replacing Shio in jungle. Then Nuke and Ice are staying in mid lane and bot lane, and we have Parus replacing Labrov. So let's just quickly look at the players. So we know Irrelevant from SK Gaming top lane. He was the hottest prospect on the market. I think almost all the teams except for G2 probably wanted this player. He was the first piece that everyone really wanted on their team. So in this sense, BDS really did win the top lane fight for sure. Because, just Irrelevant was doing so good. Probably the next big talent in the top lane in the LEC. So I really am excited how this player will do. Next up, 113. So we know that BDS wanted to get Skewmond, and I think if they got Skewmond, which was the hottest rookie on the market, I think most teams in the LEC wanted Skewmond, then I think BDS would be a contender for the title. But they end up getting 113 now. This is the only player on their team that I'm not sure of, because 113 is like a psycho carry jungle. He already was in the LEC in Astralis, as you can see, during the 2023 season. And he was pretty bad. He I think was bottom of the table. Not sure if like 10th worst jungler or maybe 9th worst jungler. But also, Astralis wasn't the best, but I think they were pretty actually solid at the time. If I remember correctly, I think they had Leader and they had like Jonghoon in the support and maybe Finn in the top lane. I'm not actually sure, but those are pretty solid players. Like it's not doesn't sound like a 9th place or 10th place team. And so 113 went back into the ERLs, then joined BK Rog, and then played for K Corp. So in K Corp he was doing pretty well, and now we're gonna see him back in the LEC. I definitely think he's better than when he played in the Astralis before. It's been 2 years since then. By the time he's going to join the next LEC season. And so, very young player. You can see he's only 20 years old. So I think we can definitely expect him to be a better player. But I'm just not too sure. I'm not too hype on him yet. So I think for now, probably the weakest piece of this roster. However, I definitely want to see what this player brings. So that's about that for 113. Now we go with Nuke. So Nuke and Ice are the two players that stay from the roster. I don't know how should I feel about Nuke. To me, I feel like either people are overrating him or underrating him, and maybe I'm the person that's kind of underrating Nuke, because to me, he had some solid performances, but I never really considered him like a top mid laner in the league. However, I think every year that he plays, he is better than the previous year, and even every season almost, it seems like he is a little better than the previous season. So he is really growing into, let's say, a mid lane talent in EU. I don't know not if he can ever measure up to, let's say, Caps, but that's like a one in a million generational talent and so on. But Nuke is a really solid, really strong mid lane, and I think playing for BDS now, he's kind of like their star player, and I think he's just going to get better. So I think keeping Nuke is very solid given the mid lane pool in Europe, and I think he might be like top 3 maybe next season, or definitely like top 5. And I'm really excited for this because, we have players like Jojo Pyun confirmed, we have Cabs, we have Humanoid. I want to see how Larson will do. I want to see how Vladi will do for KC. I want to see how Jackies will do. So definitely a very exciting year for mid lane, and I think that will also help Nuke. And so I'm very excited for Nuke, and so this is really exciting for BDS. Now Ice, for many people, when they were doing the all-pro team for the LEC, for many people the best AD carry, or definitely in the conversation for like top 3 all over the course of the whole year, up there with Karzi, up there with Hans Sama. Definitely a great import for Team BDS, and another star player that I could definitely see playing in the LEC and being one of the best players. And so another great player that they managed to hold in the roster. So Nuke and Ice, very, very good that they picked them. Last player that I want to talk about is Parus. Now obviously BDS had Labrov, but he ended up getting benched for Parus. And Parus and Skewmond, two most hyped up rookies coming also along with Calist. And so Skewmond being, the star jungler from Team BDS, Parus being the star support from the Team BDS Academy. And so I think this guy was even the first choice for G2, but BDS ended up getting him instead. And so when we go back to the actual transfers and we look at it, we have a very hyped rookie in the support. And, I think Labrov was actually a really good support, and he was doing really, really well with Ice. So if they manage to just hold Nuke, Ice, and Labrov, I would say that's really cool. They got Parus, which is like hyped rookie, G2's first choice and everything. So I don't know how to exactly feel about this, but I would say that Parus probably has a more potential than Labrov, but probably as a player is a bit weaker than Labrov, at least right now. And so I would call this move a side grade because, immediately it's a bit of a downgrade. Ice needs to build a new synergy with Parus. They need to, train the rookie a bit up to the LEC level, although I think he's already really, really good. It's just even players that are really, really good, once they come into the LEC, sometimes they end up struggling a bit, at least, in their first split, second split. But by the end of the year, same went for Jackies, let's say, right? Last year, they already really, really good, showing a big promise. Similar maybe for like Vladi and so on. And so, for me, support is a side grade because, right now, downgrade, potential upgrade in the future. Then we have Nuke and Ice. They kept the strongest players on their roster, their carries, and that is really, really good. And then they won the offseason on their top lane, got the most contested top laner in the whole league. And then we have 113 replacing Shio, and I think, I don't know, like so far, again, so for me, this is like a side grade again, because Shio was not the best jungler, but he was also pretty underrated maybe by some people, maybe overrated by some others, right? But 113, we didn't really see what he did. Last time he was in the LEC, he wasn't very good, but apparently he got a lot better in the meantime. So I want to see what he shows. Could be an upgrade, could be a downgrade. So for now, for me, a side grade. But we kept the solo lanes very strong, and we upgraded a solo lane on the top lane. So solo lanes are one of the best in the whole league. And then we have a really strong support and solid but questionable jungle. So for me, so far it seems like Team BDS is a title contender, but definitely a top 3 team in the league. They can fight for those spots. They can fight for the worlds for sure. And so I'm really, really excited for the league and what we are going to see. So, let me know what you think about these individual players. Let me know where you think BDS is going to place next season, although we still don't know exact rosters of the other teams. But just for now, Do you think they can win a title? Do you think they will be top 3, top 5? Maybe the roster will flop for some reason. So let me know all of this. Subscribe for more videos like this. Give the video a like if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in next time. Bye bye.